The images show drone operators from the 57th Guards Motorized Rifle Regiment destroying Ukrainian armed forces positions in Shevchenko. Belozerskaya, right bank of the Dnieper River. The exposed position of Ukrainian forces was hit by Russian artillery fire. The target was destroyed. Russian scouts received information that a Ukrainian armed forces pickup truck was moving from the village of Malaya Rybitsa towards Miropilya, accompanied by an assault group. The 34th Mountain Regiment of the Sever National Guard's FPV operators were informed that the attack group had caught up with the Ukrainian pickup truck and carried out a precise attack targeting the high concentration of personnel at the rear of the vehicle. The attack group and the vehicle were neutralized. Attack with UMPC and FA-3000 on positions of the Ukrainian armed forces west of Kondratovka in the Sumy region. In the direction of Zaporizhzhia, aviation units continue to support active operations and strike Ukrainian positions with FAB 1,500 bombs. On a section of the front line, a Russian soldier single-handedly captured 5 Ukrainian soldiers. Among those who surrendered was a female soldier from the Ukrainian armed forces. UAV operators affiliated with the 132nd Brigade of the Russian Armed Forces discovered the control center of Ukrainian UAVs and sent an FPV UAV there. According to a statement from the Russian Ministry of Defense, the South Group has completed its rescue operation in Delivka, Donetsk, and is continuing to advance deeper into Ukrainian defenses. According to a statement by the Russian Ministry of Defense, the FPV UAV Antonov, belonging to the Caspian Flotilla Marines, destroyed a shelter where Ukrainian armed forces personnel were located in the area of responsibility of the Sever Group. A 152mm Emsta-B gun fired by Tula airborne artillery destroyed a position of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Sumy region. According to regional FSB, a large quantity of weapons was found near Seladov in the Donetsk People's Republic. Ukrainian forces skillfully destroyed Russian Garan 2 calculations at temporary staging areas. Targets in the Razin, Sofievka, and Sosnovka settlements were hit. Special forces affiliated with the South Group struck an M113 armored personnel carrier and a group of Ukrainian armed forces infantry. The infantry attempted to disembark from the vehicle, which had been rendered inoperable, and take cover in the forest. However, drones equipped with munitions prevented the soldiers from escaping. Results of another failed counterattack by Ukrainian forces in one direction of the Joint Forces operation. Russian UAV operators are destroying mortar shells and other targets in wooded areas near the settlements of Novoekonomichne and Koptevo. According to a statement from the Ministry of Defense, artillery units belonging to the West Group struck an ammunition depot belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces. Operators from the 57th Guards Motorized Rifle Regiment destroyed a Humvee belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in the Shevchenko region. The 11th Air Force and Air Defense Army destroyed a firing position and a house belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces in Malinovka. Zaporizhzhia Front. Objective monitoring of the Russian Air Force's intensive activities over the positions of the Ukrainian armed forces, command centers, and drone launch sites in the Kamensky region. Russian UAV operators destroyed Ukrainian forces' transport vehicles and artillery units in the direction of Pokrovsk. All images were captured by the attack drone's camera, moment by moment. An air reconnaissance center and a house housing infantry soldiers were destroyed in the village of Udachne. A camouflaged 2S3 Akatsiya self-propelled gun was also destroyed in the same village. The FPV calculations of the attack battalion of UAVs in the skies over Chasiv Yar continue to effectively combat high-altitude targets of the Ukrainian armed forces. Near Chasiv Yar, a strategic point in Donbass, artillery units belonging to Russia's elite Ivanovo Airborne Division, VDV, carried out an intense and accurate bombardment of Ukrainian defense lines. The strikes completely destroyed Ukraine's frontline trenches, ammunition depots, and infantry units. The 144th Division's reconnaissance team discovered a camouflaged hideout in a forest belt near the village of Kolodezi. The Rubicon combat team worked according to the coordinates received and destroyed a warehouse with BK. South Special Forces are continuing combat operations in the direction of Donetsk and destroying Ukrainian armed forces vehicles with precision strikes. Operators from the 83rd Guards Airborne Brigade's UAV unit destroyed an M13 infantry fighting vehicle, a pickup truck, a 120mm mortar, and a Baba Yaga unmanned aerial vehicle using a fiber-optic Novgorod Prince Vandal UAV. The operator of a Russian fiber-optic drone found a group of Ukrainian infantrymen during reconnaissance. The drone quickly flew over the infantry. The drone missed the infantry on the first move. However, it turned back and hit an infantryman. During reconnaissance, a Russian attack drone spotted a Ukrainian car without license plates and started flying towards it at high speed. Those inside managed to escape at the last moment, but the car was totaled. The Hyacinth S self-propelled gun crews of the Vostok group of forces disrupted the rotation of the Ukrainian armed forces units in the direction of South Donetsk in the SSO zone. Ukrainian armed forces drones were destroyed in the Klishchivka village area by drone operators and artillery units belonging to the South Group. A Russian reconnaissance unit first identified the UAV control center. The coordinates were then relayed to artillery units, and after several rounds of fire, the UAV control point was hit. To ensure the complete destruction of the center, Russian fiber-optic drones were deployed and struck the UAV control center. Near the village of Nikolaevka, the Russians, using the Orlan 30 UAV, destroyed a building used by infantrymen of the armed forces of Ukraine. In the Kupiansk direction, fiber-optic drones destroyed a mortar position of the armed forces of Ukraine. Then, in the forest belt in the same direction, 3 tanks of the Ukrainian armed forces were destroyed while parked. The Russian reconnaissance unit uncovered another Ukrainian drone control center. The control center was destroyed after being hit by several FPV drones. A Russian FPV drone made a hard landing in a Ukrainian trench. The drone hit the position, but the soldiers were not injured. Ukrainian armed forces equipment, bunkers, and manpower were detected west of Bakhmut. The Russian Air Force then took action and destroyed the positions, equipment, and manpower. Machine gun positions of Ukrainian forces west of Chasiv Yar were destroyed by FPV drones belonging to the 98th Division. Drone interceptor Spruce in the fight for the sky in the NWO zone. UAVs are irrevocably changing the face of modern warfare. The rapid evolution of unmanned systems is on the way to creating specialized drones for the most effective solution of specific combat missions. The Yelka air defense drone is a compact, specialized kinetic interceptor that operates on the principle of capture, hit, forget, similar to man-portable air defense systems. It engages the target by mechanically colliding with and destroying the structure of the enemy UAV, which ensures that Spruce does not use a warhead, although this is optionally possible. Its excellent speed and maneuverability, as well as its advanced AI-assisted target detection and tracking system, make it highly successful in SWO. The simple and compact reusable launch platform, simple operator instruction on how to prepare and launch the interceptor make it usable by any frontline fighter, while the kinetic interceptor principle, without the use of explosives on board, eliminates safety risks for ground personnel at all stages of the product's life cycle. The video shows September 2024. Soldiers of the Russian armed forces destroy an attack UAV of the AFU with the Yelka kinetic interceptor, causing the ammunition on the enemy UAV to explode.